Welcome back to Timeless Talks Now, where we connect with the most extraordinary figures of the past to illuminate our present and future. I'm Ethan Crosswell, your dedicated host, and today we're joined by a guest whose genius transcended art, science, engineering, and even philosophy. He was the quintessential Renaissance man, forever curious, endlessly inventive, and profoundly influential. I'm speaking, of course, of the illustrious Leonardo da Vinci. Mr. da Vinci, it's a privilege to have you here in our modern era. We're eager to learn from your boundless intellect and creative spirit, which shaped fields as diverse as anatomy, painting, and mechanical design. Before we dive into the depths of your brilliance, I'd like to start by saying that what you achieved centuries ago continues to astound us today, and we can't wait to hear your thoughts on our current technological landscape.
Thank you for your kind words, Signore Ethan. I must confess, I am both delighted and somewhat overwhelmed by the marvels I see around me. In my day, I strove to blend the study of nature's forms and forces with artistic expression, believing that beauty and functionality could, and should, coexist. Gazing upon the complex devices and digital wonders of this century, I see that humanity has taken giant strides. Yet I also sense that the core principles of observation, experimentation, and curiosity remain as essential now as they were in my workshop. Indeed, my notebooks were filled with sketches of flying machines and anatomical diagrams, but they were also guided by a ceaseless quest to understand the underlying patterns that govern our world. I trust that we still share this eternal curiosity.
You speak of curiosity, Mr. da Vinci, which is at the heart of so many innovations we enjoy today, from medical breakthroughs to artificial intelligence. During your lifetime, you meticulously dissected human bodies to better understand anatomy, striving for precision in both art and science. If you could see today's advanced medical imaging technology, robotic surgeries, and even the potential for gene editing, what would your reaction be? And do you think our modern fusion of science and technology aligns with the Renaissance ideals you championed?
I must admit, the sight of a device that can peer into the body without cutting flesh would have appeared like magic in my time. Yet, as I always believed, magic is merely a manifestation of knowledge not yet understood. The pursuit of anatomical accuracy was central to my paintings and my scientific endeavors. I see that modern practitioners have carried that torch forward, unveiling secrets once hidden to the naked eye. However, I also implore those who wield such power to remain humble before nature's infinite complexity. It is one thing to unlock the mysteries of life through technology. It is quite another to preserve the harmony and ethical grounding that should guide our usage of such potent tools. In my view, the true spirit of the Renaissance was not simply the accumulation of knowledge, but the responsible and artistic application of it.
That sense of ethical responsibility resonates strongly in our age, especially when we look at developments in artificial intelligence, automation, and the potential restructuring of our workforce. These technologies are revolutionizing industries at a pace few could have imagined. But they also raise questions about what is gained and lost in the process. In your notebooks, you designed machines that mimicked the motions of living creatures, from flying birds to mechanical knights. How do you feel about the prospect of machines surpassing human capabilities? Could that hinder our creativity? Or might it challenge us to elevate our own potential?
I have always believed that any invention, be it a flying apparatus or a mechanical automaton, should reflect the harmony and ingenuity found in nature. The question of machines outpacing humans is intriguing. If a device can surpass our physical or computational limits, perhaps we should rejoice in the liberation it offers us from repetitive or perilous tasks. Yet I caution against a complacency that might arise if we surrender our inherent curiosity to machine efficiency. The essence of human creativity lies in our capacity to make intuitive leaps, to empathize, and to shape beauty out of raw inspiration. A machine can replicate patterns and even learn, but does it dream of new horizons beyond its programming? Let these wonders of technology push us further in our quest for creativity and moral wisdom, rather than diminish them.
Indeed, your life itself was a testament to boundless exploration, ranging from painting the Mona Lisa to conceptualizing a helicopter. Speaking of which, our modern aviation industry owes much to your early sketches of flying machines. Today, we have supersonic jets and are even on the cusp of commercial space travel. How do you think your younger self would have reacted to witnessing humans landing on the moon and the prospect of exploring planets like Mars? And do you see this outward expansion as a natural extension of your own worldview?
As a young apprentice in Andrea del Verrocchio's workshop, I could scarcely have imagined the human race venturing into the heavens in such a literal fashion. My sketches of flying contraptions were born of a deep admiration for the grace of birds in flight, and the thought that one day man could soar beyond the confines of Earth's atmosphere might have overwhelmed me with excitement and reverence. Yet, I believe exploration is inscribed in our very nature. We are always compelled to see what lies beyond the horizon. To walk upon the moon or set foot on Mars is a continuation of that same spirit. However, I urge us never to lose sight of our responsibility to care for our own planet, which remains a marvelous creation deserving our utmost stewardship.
Your emphasis on harmony and stewardship also underscores your fascination with the natural world. You studied water currents, plant growth, and geological formations. Today, we're combining modern sensors, satellites, and data analytics to understand climate change and biodiversity loss on a global scale. Do you think the Renaissance mindset, your mindset, could guide us in forging a deeper respect for our environment? And what lessons from your extensive observation of nature can we apply to our modern ecological challenges?
Throughout my life, I observed that nature operates in harmonious cycles. The water that nourishes crops eventually returns to the seas. The seeds that sprout also feed the soil with their remains. This unity of life and decay is a testament to nature's balance. If we are to safeguard our environment, we must recognize ourselves as participants in this grand tapestry, not mere exploiters. A Renaissance mindset encourages holistic thinking. It sees the interconnections between art, science, and ethics. Whether analyzing the flow of rivers or the flight of birds, I sought patterns that revealed hidden truths. In the same way, modern science can uncover the delicate relationships that sustain ecosystems. Yet, data alone is insufficient without wisdom and empathy. Our measures must be guided by a reverence for life, lest we solve technical puzzles while ignoring moral imperatives.
Now, let's pivot slightly to your legacy in the arts. You produced some of the most iconic paintings in history. Works like the Mona Lisa and The Last Supper continue to captivate us centuries later. In our age, we have digital art, virtual reality installations, and AI-generated images that challenge our notions of creativity. If you had access to such tools, how might they have influenced your artistic process? Would you embrace the digital medium? And do you think it could complement the traditional techniques you perfected?
I was never one to shy away from exploring a new medium or technique. Whether dissecting cadavers to grasp the subtleties of muscles for my drawings, or experimenting with novel pigments, I always believed in pushing boundaries. So, yes, I imagine I would be curious about digital platforms. Yet, I do not see such technologies as rivals to traditional methods but rather as an expansion of them, tools that allow the artist to layer imagination upon imagination. The critical factor remains the mind that wields the brush or the stylus. An electronic interface might accelerate the process, but the spark of creativity still ignites within the artist's soul. At the same time, I caution modern creators not to let technology overshadow the personal craftsmanship and emotional resonance that can only emerge from genuine human effort.
Your words speak to a balance between tradition and innovation, a balance you personally embodied. One might say you were an early advocate of multidisciplinary learning, excelling in geometry, anatomy, painting, architecture, and even stage design. In today's specialized world, many are encouraged to pick one discipline and master it thoroughly. Do you believe that the Renaissance ideal of a universal person, a polymath, has relevance in this era of information overload? Could dabbling in multiple fields be the key to unlocking fresh, transformative ideas?
I have often said that all knowledge is connected. In studying painting, I gleaned insights into geometry. In examining anatomy, I discovered truths about mechanical systems. The more one broadens one's horizons, the more cross-pollination of ideas can occur. Certainly, modern fields have grown immensely complex, and specialization can yield wondrous expertise. Yet I would argue that maintaining a spirit of curiosity in multiple realms, whether they be scientific, artistic, or philosophical, can spark the kind of breakthroughs that a narrow focus might overlook. Even in an era teeming with data, or perhaps because of it, we need polymathic thinking. We must cultivate minds that can see the bigger picture, drawing lines between seemingly disparate dots, to illuminate pathways others might miss.
We've covered a vast range of topics, from art and anatomy to space travel and artificial intelligence. Your thoughts remind us that true innovation demands both curiosity and reverence, both wonder and responsibility. Before we close, Mr. Da Vinci, is there one overarching message you'd like to leave with our audience? Something that captures the essence of your Renaissance ethos and applies to the modern challenges we face today, whether they involve technology, creativity, or our stewardship of the planet?
Above all, I would encourage a spirit of reflection and gratitude. Every advance, every discovery, each new work of art, these are blessings that stem from our innate desire to learn and to create. But let us not forget that our ability to shape the world should be guided by compassion for our fellow beings and respect for the natural order. True progress is not measured merely by the complexity of our machines or the grandiosity of our monuments, but by the harmony we achieve between knowledge, virtue, and the tapestry of life itself. As you continue to forge ahead into frontiers I could scarcely have imagined, I ask that you never cease to wonder at the beauty of existence and remain mindful of the responsibilities that come with such extraordinary power.
Thank you, Mr. Da Vinci, for sharing your unparalleled insights with us. You've given us a profound reminder that curiosity and responsibility are two sides of the same coin. To our wonderful audience, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, and let us know in the comments. Who should we invite next on Timeless Talks Now? As always, keep questioning, keep exploring, and keep creating.